Hello, Jazz Energy here for another episode of Madden. Yay. Yay. Okay, so a little different this time. First off, I'd like to announce that both Fletcher Cox and Jarvis Landry are out injured this week with hip pointers. Yay. Also, I'm just going to be playing the offensive snaps, both so the video moves a little bit cleaner, and defense makes me sad, but if that's ooh, my brain died for a sec. If that's not preferred, let me know in the comments.
Today. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
But for now, this is how I'm gonna operate, just for the sake of my sanity.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And
good start.
Taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
One play action. Fields. Yeah,
there we go.
Out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
Kamara's on fire right now.
All the way down to the 23-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right.
Yeah!
Take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Justin Fields, his 4th touchdown. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball.
Kamara's having himself a day.
Get the defense back on its heels.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. The Saints are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
Pass.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
And seeing nowhere
If
to
I
throw,
would
he
have
chucks
immediately
this one
broke
away
to the
from
left
harm,
instead of running back those few steps,
it's third
I
down.
probably would have
Oh,
made
I
it.
saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only
That's
option.
all we needed.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early
Nice
in the
little
game
quick
like
pass
they
there.
have.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. A 10th carry for Kamara.
Yeah.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is Benjamin. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Fields. And it's caught. The tight end hit.
Yeah, big old Taysom Hill.
Another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Kamara up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the carry there.
Just
It'll
let
be
the quarter
2nd
run
down.
out here.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 23. 90 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 3rd and 2, Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And he
No,
will
they
have the
won't.
first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On the run is Benjamin.
There we go.
He is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Okay. I'll do it.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First down, Bridgewater. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
At least we stunned him before it could do too much damage.
Second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Bridgewater. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
All right.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. To throw, Bridgewater. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he gets this only to the 41.
Good stuff,
Not near enough for the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
All right.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the deficit will hold pat at 13.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
He
and
blew
maybe
that
measure
up.
of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And some room to maneuver.
Good stuff, good
and
stuff.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Come on, Ben.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll buy some time.
Oh, wow.
Make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now it's Fields. Hard throw.
Right through his hands.
I'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will extend
These conditions make this shit
further.
hairy.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The New York set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better
Nice,
idea
nice.
of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go
Good job, Cam.
than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Bridgewater, and he'll just get rid of it.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hardy set to return.
Okay, let's see what we can do. 50 seconds. See if we turn the field goal.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called in.
Great pass, Justin.
And said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. To throw is Fields. And going deep for Hill.
Oh, he almost had it.
Is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Okay. I'm up 16-0. I just have to not screw up. I'm horrified
in the second half.
I didn't even want to play defense, but I feel cheap if I only play one half of the ball. Even if I don't play defense, how people usually like seeing defense played.
Set to go to begin this third quarter.
I played the
first
D-line
half,
a lot.
they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. It's Barkley once again bringing it in the catch.
All right, they didn't get much from that.
Good for just 3. and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On play action, it's Bridgewater. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
We can do this.
They go play action. Bridgewater. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And
there we go.
Up by the Saints.
Come on, baby. Run, Taylor.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Yeah!
And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one. And it could be the backbreaker.
Good shit.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also
feeling a little confident
they've got to move the
now.
ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes right side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown.
We are schmoovin'.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
It's all good, fellas.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
If I somehow blow this, or even get close to blowing this,
line of scrimmage,
I
the
will just
37
die
on
right
1st
here.
and 10. Here's Bridgewater. to Barkley on the check down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Play fake. Bridgewater. And
where was that even to?
On the deep ball.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Right. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Rams, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 119 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got room. And good vision there as he's across midfield.
136 yards on the day.
Line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there.
Justin Fields.
It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater to throw it. Rolling to his right. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football, but puts it on the carpet. It's out, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right?
I missed the hole there.
Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this, we can protect this, and make sure we keep the ball.
Whoop.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I'm not too sure if I'm going to be keeping Fields for more than this year.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Bridgewater. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Holy
this is picked
shit.
up by the Saints.
You'd think
And
Bridgewater would stop scrambling.
At the 40-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run again with Benjamin, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. On the ground, Benjamin. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Okay, we're gonna try the stick play one more time.
From the 50, here's Fields. Benjamin's got it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's progress.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
That's all we need.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards
Briefly,
on that last carry. Here's
I heard
2nd and
Gore,
7.
and I thought it was Frank Gore, forgetting that
They
the
run it with Benjamin.
old man finally
He
retired.
stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. There's Chris Olave, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play.
Right.
You know, they create a play, run after catch.
It's time for
They did a
old
really
reliable.
Nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
All right, 2 minute
Just 2
warning.
minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a
I have a good
one-sided
feeling
affair.
about this one,
So
folks.
it's Saints football as we get you reset. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, Benjamin. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
That'll do it.
It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Beefy for the last play.
Back to throw, Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. So
Would have
this
been
one, a
hilarious if they
victory
wouldn't
here
have accepted
for
it.
New Orleans. And this was truly
Fields
a
not a
total
great
team
day,
effort, Charles, on both
which
sides of the ball.
No, they
is
absolutely pitched a
becoming pretty
shutout, so it
common.
can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way,
Was
but
part
the
of
offense
the
did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the
violent running
field. So
squad.
you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to
And the
hand out game
defense
balls,
just
guys from both sides will end up getting one.
outstanding.
So for the Saints,
So we're back to an even record. Let's see what upgrades we can put on here. Oh, Carl is ready to be upgraded. Oh, we're 3 yards out from getting our goal. Yeah, Fields. One of the leaders, they say. I wouldn't go that far. And by tipping my cap to the running backs, I mean Alvin Kamara. Alright. Successful episode. I thank you all for watching. Hopefully we can build off this. And we'll see what happens. Jazz out.